Peace, family. Vie Darling, cosmic queen, and your intergalactic interpreter. And I want to talk to you for a second about entitlement and seasons of humiliation and humbling. A lot of people are going through periods right now of being humbled, being brought to their knees, being forced to recognize a power greater than them. A lot of people are experiencing that right now. And you want to know why? Is because these people are egomaniacs. These people are selfish and self-centered. These people are ungrateful, and these people are entitled. To whatever degree that applies in anyone else's life, it might be that you are only that to a certain degree. But you're still going to be experiencing the humiliation and the humbling. The humbling and the humiliation go hand in hand. And really, you may want to blame God, but it's you. This is the just desserts for your actions. This is the consequence of your behavior. This is what happens contingent on your decisions. Okay? Nobody gets to escape karma. And I know apparently a lot of people are out here talking about karma's not real. Watch when these motherfuckers get fucked up. Watch when the universe handles their ass. They're gonna be real sorry. Because they're gonna have to learn a lesson that all of us have to learn. And that is that there are rules and regulations that not a single being can escape. Period. And it's always the ones who lack humility, who lack gratitude, who fail to understand the miracle of their existence and the blessings showing up in their lives, that go through the hardest, most rigorous experiences of humiliation and humbling. Okay? And it tends to be the ones who have spiritual gifts and spiritual powers who think that they're entitled to live in a certain type of life that they didn't fucking earn. They think that they're entitled to an easier life than everybody else. They think that they're entitled to more than their fair share. You're not. You're not. And that's why, God loves us so much to get us on the right path, to get us into alignment, to get us into greater awareness, so that we don't have to struggle and suffer and go through humiliation. God loves us so much that they throw these tests, these periods of tests, and helps us to learn the lesson. Because the forces of beneficence are working behind the scenes to help us, but so are the forces of the opposition to keep us sick, to keep us confused, to keep us, frankly, insane. When somebody does something kind for you, when somebody goes out of their way for you, to help you, to show up for you, you are not entitled to more than what they gave you. And you need to recognize that anything they did for you, anything they gave you, is a blessing in your life. That's what folks need to realize. And it's a lot of people in this manifestation community, so-called spiritual. You not spiritual. If you're sitting here, entitled as fuck, thinking that you don't have to go through the same experiences as the rest of humanity. You don't have to experience suffering. You don't have to experience pain. You don't have to grow as a person. And that's why a lot of people don't get the shit that they're asking for. Because you're going through an experience of humbling. And you wouldn't have to go through that if you would humble yourself. I've talked about this before. A lot of people are not manifesting at the time and to the degree that they want to because they have karma that they have to transcend. And a lot of people's karma that they have to transcend is taking more than their fair share in a previous life, of abusing and exploiting their power in a past life, to the expense of those less powerful than themselves. I know, I'm not saying that I'm exempt, the exact opposite. I can speak from experience here. But let me tell you something. My sister once told me, the world doesn't owe you anything. You are not entitled to these things that you're asking for. At the time, I thought that she was being disrespectful and rude. But she was right. And yeah, she probably was being disrespectful and rude and hypocritical. But she was still right at the end of the day. I had to go through the fucking ringer in my life to get humble, to get down on my knees and lay prostrate in submission and surrender to powers greater than myself. And now I'm in alignment, and it's like Lana Del Rey says, now my life's sweeter than cinnamon, like a fucking dream I'm living in. Baby, like me 'cause I'm singing on the radio. How do you like me now? Okay, I got into alignment, and even if things don't look good materially, I know that things metabolize and metastasize in the universe through consciousness and spirit, through the mental body, through the emotional body, through the causal energetic body, and into the material world. So everything's going to work out just fine for me. Everything's going to work out just fine for me. Everything is working out fine for me. I have a lot of the things that I've wanted, even if I don't have some of the things that I did want as well. And I trust that some of those things I'm being protected from, or the right timing has to come into play. But what I want to impart is this, or I want to leave folks with is this. Nobody owes you anything. Even if they did owe you something, we all know that sometimes we don't get paid back financially the things that people owe us. We've all been there. Not everybody pays their debts in this life. You know why? Because it's a free will realm. But I tell you what, you will always pay. You will always pay the scales of justice. You will always pay the universe through karma. Don't kid yourself. So there is an epidemic of narcissism, and that is founded upon an epidemic of entitlement. The line has been drawn in the sand, and you better get right within. Because God's not playing games with y'all motherfuckers anymore. And neither am I. Love you all truly and deeply. I hope that this helps. I hope that it brings some clarity to whatever situations you're in or getting out of. And I hope that it empowers you, whether you're on the receiving end or whether you're on the giving end. In whatever way it applies, blessings upon you and peace be upon you. All the best and happy hunting.